Greetings and salutations, and welcome to the Caballeros Conexion Live Edition. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. I am RJ Reed, and I will be your tour guide through this landscape of journeying through the IFA and all things San Antonio Caballeros. So, for our very first live show, I have a very, very special guest. He is the owner and head coach of the San Antonio Caballeros, Hal Mummy. Coach, thank you for joining me.
Thanks, RJ. Thanks for having us.
I greatly appreciate
it. You've been with us since the first press conference. I really appreciate it.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you for being so open and very accommodating and very, very accessible.
Well, we'll always try to be that way for you. Our big, as some of our fans probably have noticed, there's been some announcements this week.
Yes, sir.
Not necessarily by us. So we're kind of working through some of that. There's some stuff I can't talk about at this point, but I'll be happy to answer any question I can.
Okay. So in regards to the landscape of the IFA, what can you tell the fans to kind of reassure them that we're okay?
We're San Antonio is going to be okay. I can't talk about the rest of it, okay? But we're going to be okay, and we're working through it, and we are going to adjust. Our main focus is that those guys right out there get on the field and get looked at this summer.
Outstanding.
This league has always been about the players, and that's what we're going to work through. And hopefully in the next week or so, I'll have an announcement for you.
Outstanding. We're looking forward to it, Coach. Now, as far as the team goes, is there going to be a training camp here soon?
Yes, and we're going to start around mid-May. And we'll have 10 days or so, and then we're looking to kick off June the 7th.
Outstanding. Now, are any practices, are they going to be open to the public?
Yes, yeah. We'll always be open to the public. We want to be part of San Antonio, and we want our guys to be part of San Antonio. I had 2 meetings this week with educational people that want to help sponsor, that we want to get our guys involved with. One of them is training athletes, middle school, high school kids. We're calling that Caballeros Academy.
Nice.
And we want to get our players, mentoring younger players, showing them what they know. The other one is a group that is we hope to make an announcement for soon, but we had a great meeting yesterday. And what they do is they teach pro players how to manage their money.
Very good.
And they'll teach anybody how to manage their money, but they're interested in working with our pro players.
Outstanding. I mean, that's a very good program to have because, you would hear stories of professional athletes who just suddenly come into money and next thing you know, they're flat broke.
The average NFL lifespan is about 2.5 years. 75% of those end up broke after 4 years. So, yeah, there's a huge need for it.
That's outstanding, Coach. That's outstanding. All right, as far as tickets, I did post on social media the other day that you guys have a new website. I saw that came alive, and tickets are now available. So how are those going?
Pretty good. I mean, for early on, and we haven't really publicized them yet, but we're going to as soon as we get all this stuff straightened out. But you can go to Hometown Tickets. That's how you can join the Amigos, as I know you've graciously done. It's going to be a fun time, and that's kind of our booster club.
Nice, outstanding. And as far as the cheerleaders, I know that there is a cheerleader academy, and so how was that?
That we got 8 really great young ladies Saturday night. Cynthia Trinidad is our cheerleader sponsor, and my wife Jacqueline is kind of helping out, and they had just a great tryout, and we had eight young ladies show up that I'm sure everybody's going to be very proud of.
That's outstanding. We're looking forward to it. So, Coach, is there anything else that you would like to say before you go? No, I know you gotta go. You got another event coming.
Yeah, we're doing it. Quincy Workman, who's here with me, and I'm sure you're going to have him on later.
Yes, sir.
But he's doing a great job with our community relations, and it's like Saturday was a really busy day. We helped with the CRIT, the special needs Easter egg hunt. And then after that, we went over to the Big Brothers, Big Sisters event. We're working with them. And then we had the cheerleader tryout. So it was a busy day on Saturday, but we're doing a lot of that stuff. If people want to reach out to Quincy, he'll give you his info and let us know if there's something you'd like the Caballeros to get involved with. Players, cheerleaders, coaches, anybody.
That's outstanding, Coach, because it does sound like the Caballeros are really going to be San Antonio's team.
We want to be San Antonio's team.
That's outstanding.
We'll get through this rocky part right here. It's as you well know, it's alternative football.
Yes.
I know I'm always going to have a problem every day. I just don't know what it's going to be.
Well, it makes life very interesting and spicy.
So I just wake up every day and leave a couple hours where I can work on it. So it's you just got to keep your sense of humor and keep pushing forward. But like I said, the main thing is we get those young men on the field so they get looked at this summer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So any events coming up before the tryout, the training camp?
Yeah, we've got quite a few. And I'm sorry, but Quincy knows all about them. He can tell you. I know my schedule's full. I just don't know what it is.
Well, that's one part about being the head honcho is that someone else dictates your schedule.
We need to be visible, and as we get into May, we'll have more of our players visible, and our cheerleaders are going to help out too. So we'll get the word spread, get some tickets sold, and get a crowd out there to watch these great young men play.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And so for all of you who are watching, just make sure you keep connected with my channel. That's the San Antonio Football Network. And I will post as much information as I get about the Caballeros. And so this is your way to get connected and keep up to date on all things San Antonio Caballeros. Coach, thank you very much for joining me. I greatly appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, RJ. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. All right. And that was Coach Al Mummy. He is the owner and the head coach of the San Antonio Caballeros. I want to thank him so much for coming out and joining us. We went live a little early because he's got a very busy schedule and he's got other things to do. So I do want to thank him for being flexible and coming out and taking time to speak with me. All right, so we're going to have a quick break. There is a timeout on the field. We'll take a quick break. And on the other side of the break, I have a very special guest, another very special guest. So please stand by. Don't go anywhere. Don't turn that dial. All right, we are back. And for my next guest, I have Jeremy Hunt. He is the quarterback of your soon-to-be IFA champions, San Antonio Caballeros. So,
Yes, sir.
Jeremy Hunt, thank you for joining me.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me out here.
I greatly appreciate it. So, Mr. Hunt, what is your background in football? Where have you played at?
So for college, I kind of bounced around a little bit. I ended up going to 4 different schools. I started out at a Division II in Missouri called Central Missouri, and then I ended up having the opportunity to play my redshirt freshman year due to some injuries, and I got some film, and the senior quarterback was coming back, so I was like, let me try to see if I can find something else, and I ended up transferring and going to junior college at Trinity Valley Community College. I was there for a year, and then ended up graduating and going to Louisiana Monroe. I was there for a couple of years, and I'm originally from Chicago, so being that far after a while, I kind of got a little homesick. And I graduated, and I was like, do I want to get back closer to home for my last year? And had the opportunity where my brother was graduating high school, and he played receiver, so we actually ended up going to the same school. It was a Division II in Ohio, the University of Findlay, where I finished up playing, and he and I actually got to play a little bit together. So that's kind of my long long journey, but it's been a good one. I definitely have a lot of football experience, and I've seen just a lot of different types of football.
Wow, that is quite a journey getting here.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, in all that experience that you have, what would you say is your favorite and most memorable experience?
It would definitely have to be playing with my brother. 'Cause like I said, he played receiver, and he actually, as a true freshman, started for us. So I was able to throw him like 6 touchdowns, and mom and dad were really proud of that, of course. But I think that was my favorite memory. And I wasn't sure what the future brought for me in football, so to kind of have that as a stable of if this is my last time playing, like I thought that was super cool because I remember playing. Football with him in elementary out at recess, and he'd be out there with us. And I was in 5th grade, and he was in kindergarten. So to kind of have that moment, kind of like that kind of full circle moment, it was super cool. And I would definitely say my favorite memory of it all.
That's outstanding. That's outstanding. So, for all of you viewers out there, if you have any comments or questions that you would like to ask, just go ahead and drop them in the comment section, and we'll address them. So, Mr. Hunt, as a quarterback, you are mostly the captain of the team. That brings a lot of responsibilities and leadership. So, how do you handle that responsibility?
It's something that I've been doing for a while, just because I've been playing quarterback for a while, and I just kind of look at it more as is are you accountable and does the team trust you? And I don't try to be a certain type of leader. I think there are so many different forms of a way a leader can be, whether it's vocal or not. Sometimes I'm vocal, sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I just want to lead by action and go do my job and do it well. And sometimes it's got to get the guys up, pick them up. So I've had a lot of experience just in different leadership modes, being a young guy playing versus being an older guy playing, and then even coaching for a year in 2023. So, I just kind of take them all as they come. Like, there's always something that's going to come up to where it's like, is this the moment to stand up and be a leader? And I kind of really just feel it out and just go about it and just say, hey, like, this is the moment to stand up. We need a voice, and here I'm going to be that voice. But if it's a moment of, hey, like everyone's tired and we need motivation to keep working, well, while I'm out there, I'm going to be busting my butt and not look tired to kind of inspire the guys like, hey, he doesn't look tired. Like, this is our leader. He's going hard. Like, let's everyone else go hard and pick it up. So, I kind of just try to find the balance in between it all.
Okay, excellent. So, have you played in a system like the air raid system that Coach Mummy's going to implement?
I have not played in a system like the air raid system. I've played in very similar systems. Just seeing some of our playbook as we've been having meetings and things like there are a lot of similarities. But I've played in a lot of different styles of spread offenses, whether it was directly RPO and go as fast as you can versus, okay, we're more of a pro style RPO. So there's a lot of tight ends, fullbacks, uh, personnel changing and things like that. And we're going a little bit slower, but we're still spread. But there's more type of power runs, GT pulls, and things like that. And then I've been in, just a regular, spread offense where it was all RPO and everything had a read to throw on with it, and it wasn't. We kind of controlled the tempo and the pace.
Outstanding. So, on the field, what are you more comfortable under center or in the shotgun position?
So I've been in shotgun primarily like my whole career. We would have plays where we would go under center. But this last year I was playing arena ball in Corpus Christi, which I was always under center. So I got kind of comfortable being under center to where I actually really like it now just for a lot of play actions and just runs and setting things up like that and even some nakeds and boots. So I know I'm more comfortable in gun because I've done that for longer, but I have started to become comfortable being under center and really don't mind it at all.
So, how do you handle diversity, like through a bad quarter or maybe an interception, and how do you keep the team motivated?
It's just kind of like a positive attitude. I feel like as like everyone's gonna have every quarter that's gonna throw an interception. You're gonna have a bad quarter where like you're kind of a little off throwing, and I think it's just about the concept of keep shooting. Like especially in an offense like this, in an air raid offense, like we're not going to stop throwing because you threw an interception. Might not have been as on target or just had a bad quarter, and you know there's 4 quarters. So one bad quarter, if you have 3 great quarters and one bad, then hey, you got something to work on. But 8 times out of 10, you're typically going to still end up victorious. So it's just about understanding that like each play, you have to take it individually, learn from it, and then really move on from it because it doesn't matter what you do in the first quarter. It really kind of matters how you finish the game. And if you do poorly in the first but finish strong in the fourth, then it's like, well, hey, let's just focus on starting better. So, and it's just about keeping everybody up. And we have a pretty good team just from the conversations that we've had where everyone's super positive and they understand like sometimes, the quarterback's not going to be on, the wide receivers aren't, the defense might not. And it's just about we're a team, so let's work together. Let's do our part while one side might be lacking a little bit and then just continue being positive because it'll get back on track.
So, as far as preparation, how has your approach to film study and game preparation evolved since your first time playing?
Oh, well, I mean, I know what I'm looking at. I think to start there, I think that's one of the huge kind of things about watching game film is you never really watch it until you understand and sit down with someone who truthfully knows game film. You're like, oh, I haven't been watching this correctly at all. And it's just, just over time, just focused on more of the small details, not being so maybe heavy into it just because people do game plan us as well. So they might come out in things that are different, but just more figuring out what are people's tendencies for if this guy's going to blitz. They're going to be in this coverage, are there any tips? Are there any giveaway? Like, is there a certain front that they do things in? So just understanding more of their tendencies and then kind of just taking it all as it comes in the game. But it has definitely evolved and grown a lot over time.
Excellent. What is one area of your game that you're working on to improve this season, and how are you tackling that?
I think it would be just continuing to focus on accuracy and footwork. Just that's something that I've always been big on. Just because I have a baseball background, so sometimes I tend to get a little 3/4 of my delivery because that's how I used to throw, and like I love throwing all off the platform and all because to me that's just like that's how I've always thrown the ball. So just really focusing on as I continue to move on in the game and windows are getting smaller, people are getting faster and smarter. Like my accuracy and my feet need to continue to improve and, go up, especially if I want to continue moving up in this game and throughout this league. So that's something that I really always focus on, just make sure my feet are good and then that I'm as accurate as I can possibly be to fit balls in the windows. And, when I do have my kind of rollout sidearm throws and like I'm still accurate in doing that.
Right. So how do you stay physically and mentally sharp during a grueling football season?
It's kind of natural now. It feels weird when I don't have that space to where it's like my body's exhausted, I'm mentally tired, like I still have to work and push through. It's just something that all football players it comes with the game and like it comes with being great. Everyone knows like you can start the season very well, but the most important games are when everyone's probably only at 70, 75% health. And it's like, all right, how are we going to continue to push, be better? And, I take do a lot of serious training in the off season to kind of help prepare that. Like, know what it's like to work when your body's tired. Like, I'm only throwing after workouts. So it's like my body's already tired. Like, can I still focus and be fundamentally sharp and sound? And just those small things and just from playing over my whole career, kind of just end up developing that kind of mental toughness to be able to stay locked in and go out there and do your job every day.
So we are in a conversation with quarterback Jeremy Hunt. We are live here at the Lion and Rose British Restaurant on Pub off of I-10 here in San Antonio, Texas. So if you're in the area, come on by and stop and say howdy. We would love to hear from you. All right, Mr. Hunt, what are your personal goals for the season with the Caballeros, both individually and as a team?
Well, as a team to start championship, that's always the goal every single time.
Right answer.
If that's not what you're doing, then you should not be doing this, because that's what you work for and play for. And then individual goals, and this may be kind of a tough question. It's really more about I understand it, but I just want to see growth within myself. I want to use this opportunity to continue to build my platform and move me on in levels throughout this kind of ranking of leagues that we have slowly developing as the years go on. And of course, I want to always be a starter, and I want to be the offensive MVP of the year. I feel like if that's not what you're working towards, then you're doing it wrong. You should want to be the best in your position, no matter where you go. And that's exactly what I strive for individually. And then as a team goal, I want us to be the best team, offense, defense, and even in special teams. And so, I want the best.
Okay. So tell us about a time that you faced a particularly tough defensive scheme. How do you adjust your approach to lead the offense?
That actually brings me back to one of my games when I was young playing, and I threw 4 interceptions that game.
Oops.
Yeah, it was one of those. I hadn't had my rookie moment, and I did that game. It was just they read everything I did. Like I wasn't on as much. Like I made plays, but I think it's just about keep swinging. Like no matter what's happening throughout the game, like even if it's a tough defense, like I understand it's going to be a tough game. Like but my body's prepared for this. Maybe that means if I'm not as accurate, are there rooms and areas for me to run the ball more to kind of get myself going in that way? So you just kind of keep swinging and keep finding ways. Because like I said, there's 4 quarters. There's so much time. You're gonna run into a good defense. Like that's always gonna happen. But if you can stay positive and keep swinging and just over time figure it out, like what do they do, and using the work of everyone, then you can wind up overcoming that.
So if you can go back in time and talk to your younger self, what one piece of advice would you be giving yourself before you started your college football career?
Be patient. Uh, Definitely to be patient. Just even going through college, the collegiate athlete journey is such a process for everyone. And like the beginning is never what the end is, and now there's the middle. So just be patient. I bounced around a lot, and I'm grateful for bouncing around. But there are definitely times when it's like, hey, maybe we could have sat a little bit longer, maybe we could have waited or moved a little bit faster. And so I would just tell myself to just be patient and even patient with myself in the process because it takes a lot to train and build yourself into the professional that you truthfully want to be. And like once you see what goes into it, it kind of changes your whole mindset. Like I've changed and scrapped my workout diet plans. I was like, okay, this was good, but that's actually not good enough. So we got to redo it again. I've had to do that multiple times, and just as I've continued along the journey, I've started to become more patient, and everything's still been falling into place. And I'm taking my time with it. So patience for sure is what I would tell myself.
Yes. So how do you handle the pressure of being a quarterback in critical game moments? Like it's fourth quarter, 2 minutes left, you're down by 6 points. How do you handle a situation like that?
That you just be in it. You be as present as possible. Um, I always work on being present even before the game starts. Like feel the energy that's in the air because only by being kind of a part of that can you be in the moment and be able to do your job. And also like that's what you live for. Like those are the moments. Like, I remember being 7 years old, like watching football games and it's okay, we got a 2 minute drive. Like 2 minute drive is my favorite thing. Like I love it. Like you don't think, you just go. Like go. And sometimes I play better when it's just go. Like don't think at all. But it's just it's what you live for. Those moments, and that's why I'm a quarterback because I love being in those moments. I love when the game is tight. Like I want the ball in my hands first, and so yeah, it's just I feel like every quarterback loves it because it's what it makes the job. Having those 2 minutes where it's like you got to pull it together, lead this team down because it all starts with you. Like all your decision making is so critical to get the team down the field, and so it's just Yeah, I love those moments actually. I even love them in practice, especially when they let me call the 2 minute. Oh, that's even more fun because it's almost like playing Madden in real life, you know.
Right.
So yeah, it's just be present in the moment and just go do what you do. Really.
Outstanding. Again, I am joined by Jeremy Hunt, quarterback of the San Antonio Caballeros, here at the Lion and Rose English Pub and Restaurant off of I-10. So, Jeremy, just a couple of questions before I let you go. So, are you here in San Antonio now, or are you just visiting for a little bit? Or?
Yeah, so I actually do live here now in San
Okay.
Antonio. At the beginning of 2024, when I was playing arena balls in Corpus, and then
Oh,
my
yeah.
dad got promoted and moved because he works for Boeing down here. And instead of driving 24 hours back to Chicago, I was like, let me just go to and move down to Texas. So I've been here since June.
Okay.
Yeah, I live here now. So
So, how you liking San Antonio?
I like it. I like the weather, particularly. A lot of my friends were complaining it was like negative 11 degrees at home, and it was like 67 and sunny. So I was like, yeah, like I could definitely get used to this. I know this summer is going to be something to deal with, so I'm preparing myself for that. But besides the weather and just the vibes of the town, like you can see it's consistently growing, and just the people I've met here have all been great people, just kind souls, and everyone's been super nice. Especially when I was like, yeah, I just moved here. They're always like, oh, have you gone here and here and here? So yeah, I've really been enjoying myself.
Excellent. So, how are you going to be connecting with the fans here in this upcoming season?
Well, let's see. Besides, I know we have a lot of youth camps that we're doing, and I'm going to be at all of those just to kind of get out in the community. And then as well, I work at SAT Asian Seafood and Bar and Church, and I've just met a lot of people that way. Just I always tell people like, hey, I play for the team and I work here. Like I'll still work here throughout the season. So if it's ever you want to come by and you want to have a moment where I'm your server and we can just kind of talk and chit chat about life and have a human connection. Because when I'm not on the field, I try to separate that to kind of bring a good balance to it, and keep the ego lower. So yeah, I work there in any type of community events that we have. I try to be there just to get into the community and even learn more about the community because there's still a lot that I'm learning and seeing. So um, really almost besides work, I'm at all events that I could possibly be at just to help out and even get my name out. And just a lot of kids look up to us, and I know that there are a lot of guys that have had a journey similar to mine, and I just want to show them like there's ways to do this. There's a proper way to do this. Like you can still achieve your dreams in ways that you never thought, and still give back. That's the most important part. If you don't give back for what you're doing, then it's kind of no, like you're missing the point of doing
Right.
it. So yeah, so those are just the ways that I try to, give back and even get my face out there. It's like, hi, like the pads are off, and this is who I am, like as a person. So,
Okay. So, Jeremy, where can people follow you if they're interested in following you on social?
yeah, you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook. I don't use my Twitter that much. I say Facebook because it's connected to my Instagram. So whatever I put up there, that is what'll always go on there. So those are the two apps that I'm definitely the most active on. But you can definitely give me a follow on Instagram and Facebook. Like I'll follow you back. And even if you have any questions just about football, like I have no issue answering questions and helping you guys out. Because, like I said, that's what I'm kind of here for. I've had a crazy journey, so I have a lot of answers to questions on just transferring and moving around and being a quarterback coming to a new team. Like that was always something that was new. Like I had to build up who I was as a leader each school. So yeah, anytime you guys want, just contact me in there, give me a follow, and you'll see everything that I'm doing and we're doing here with the Caballeros because I'm going to be posting it. So
That's outstanding. Well, Jeremy, thank you very much for joining me. I really appreciate it. I enjoyed this conversation, and good luck to you. I look forward to seeing you out there in the field here. And just wow.
Under like a month and
Month
a
and some
half,
change.
and
Yeah.
month and some change.
Right.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it. So I hope to see you out there too.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you. All right. That was quarterback Jeremy Hunt of the San Antonio Caballeros. We're going to take a quick little break, and on the other side of the break, I have another guest for you. So don't go anywhere. Do not turn that dial. We'll be right back. And we are back. We are live at the Lion and Rose British Pub and Restaurant here off of I-10 in San Antonio. All right, I have a very special guest for you, another one, and he is Dante Eldridge of the San Antonio Caballeros. Dante, thank you again for joining the show again. So you're becoming
Yes,
a
sir.
frequent visitor here at the
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So Dante, how's things been going since the last time we spoke?
Everything's been going good. You know, I was working at my previous job back home, got a new job up here, so kind of forced me to move up here earlier than I expected, but I can't complain. But you know, I've been good. You know, my mental's good. You know, when it comes to training, I'm good on that part. I'm still going, still grinding, just getting ready for the season.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, just for those who may not know who you are, can you just give us your brief background on where you've been, where you at, and where you're going?
Man, I'm from a small town, Evergreen, Texas. You know, just a small country boy, just trying to chase his dream. You know, I got a lot of, I got a, I got NFL blood in me. You know, my uncles and most some of my cousins that went to the league. You know, coming from where I'm from. So you know, I'm just trying to continue that chain. You know, so hopefully, I can put my small town on the map. You know, just show some love and just because I've been overlooked my whole life. You know, just everybody's overlooked me, and time again, I've always been able to prove them wrong. Just with the motivation I got in me, as a human being. Um, I'm a nice guy. I like to chill. I like to be laid back. You know, when it comes to business, I'm business. I'm business ready. I'm on point.
So, growing up, who were your influences?
Growing up, my influences, I would have to say my parents. One of my good mentors, Michael Bishop, and some of my cousins and other family members as well. My wife as well. Just really, what really is mainly my little brother. Like he may not know it. I'll never tell him. He's not the one with his. He never shares his feelings, but it's really my little brother. He keeps me going. He keeps me grounded. He always tells me, he's like, you got to do it for the family. You got to do it. You don't want to do it because he won state championship in football his senior year. He's like, I'm done. I'm hanging it up. I was like, dang, so you gonna put me in the hot seat just like that? So definitely my parents and my family and my friends and my wife, of course, are my biggest influences.
Right. So, how did you end up with the Caballeros? What was that journey like for you leading you here?
And that journey started when I was still playing for the Gunslingers in the IFL. Last game of the season, we were playing the Arizona Rattlers. The tryout for the Caballeros was early in the morning. The game didn't start till the evening. I called my dad. I was like, hey, like, you think I should go to this tryout? It starts in the morning. The game don't start till later. You know, him and my mom, they gave me the okay, and I just went to the tryout. Did my thing. I think you got a glimpse of me
Yes,
when
sir.
I posed to the camera when I was
Yeah.
running my 40. But that experience, the tryout, it was a good experience. I had a lot of fun, just being able to move, especially being back outside and moving how I want to move. It's a lot different when you're in arena football. It's a lot of moving restrictions because it's tight. It's a tight window. So that journey, I'm glad it started at that tryout, and just now I'm just seeing where this journey gonna take me. Once we get it rolling in 4 weeks.
Yeah, very, very soon here. So, can you tell us a little bit about your position and what it's like to play that position?
Most of my life was crazy. I started out as quarterback, and then I transitioned to running back, and then transitioned to quarterback and running back, and then once I started to get bigger and get taller, I knew I had to change my position. I couldn't throw the rock. I could definitely run the ball, but it was it had to be something more than that. So I had to use my size for something, major. And that's when I picked up tight end, and I've been playing tight end ever since. And now they got me playing D line, which that's still it's still natural to me. I love playing defense. Um, they got me playing DN this year. I mean, as long as have good technique, everything is agile, makes you quick quick burst off the ball. If you have all those, you can make anything elite. You can make any position elite. And that's why I really call myself an athlete because, to be honest with you, I can, I may not play DB or safety. I'll be a big DB, a big safety, But when it comes to just playing D line and O line, tight end, heck, even linebacker, I can do it. I can really play any position you put me at. Because at the end of the day, I'm a person that just wants to play. I want to get my name out there, and I just want to do right by my family and my folks. I just want to play. So really, the position I'm in and the position they got me playing, they gonna get everything. They gonna get a lot out of me. Whatever they need, I'm gonna give it to them. Because at the end of the day, I want a championship. I want to win. Just like everybody else. But it always comes down to, okay, you gonna work harder than me? No, you ain't gonna work harder than me because I got a lot on the line that you don't know about, and they might got stuff on the line that I don't know about. But at the end of the day, who gonna come out on top? Who gonna be the bigger dog?
Right. Okay. So that transition from quarterback to now defensive lineman, does that give you any type of, I don't know, advantage of now you know what it's like to be on the offensive side? Maybe you can pick up quarterbacks and maybe their tendencies or cues, recognize what the offense has got. Do you think that gives you any type of advantage?
Oh, absolutely. Because one mishap, if I see one mishap, I know, okay, I can use this. I can use this move, or I can do this to make him overstep or offset more. I think I would say I have an advantage, but at the end of the day, like, I can't look past any opponent that I get in front of because at the end of the day, they probably do film study like I do. But it definitely gives me a little advantage because, like I said, if I see something that's wrong, I'm gonna attack that wrong and make it a positive for me and making it negative for you. So yeah, I definitely say it's a little bit of an advantage for me.
Okay. So now, do you like having your hand on the dirt, or do you like standing up? 'Cause I know that's a big thing when it comes to
Yeah.
offensive linemen.
I like my hand in the dirt. I'm really not picky on my stance. I know I'm more explosive with my hands in the dirt. I feel like I'm little bit off, like a little bit off when I'm standing up. So definitely love having my hand in the dirt. Especially I can come to the sideline and be like, "Hey, I'm in the dirt. My hand in the dirt."
Oh, goodness. So we have a Joni God.
That was my Annie. What's going on, Annie? I love you. I
She
love
says,
you.
"Let's go, Dante." And then I have a Heather, maybe, saying, "Go, Dante."
Thank you so much.
So looks like you got some friends and some fans out there.
Yeah, man, they are from that that's that east side where I'm from, man. Like I'm doing it for them. I'm doing this for y'all, man. Just stick with me, stay behind me, and we're gonna get it rolling. I promise y'all.
Yes. So I think you're going to be a fan favorite. Looks like you got some fans out there. All right. So also when it comes to defensive linemen, so are you going to be on the edge, or are you going to be more on the inside lineman?
I'm gonna be an edge.
Edge rusher.
I'm gonna be an edge rusher. It says on the roster I'm 270, but but I've been training to slim my body up so I can become faster off the ball. So definitely I'll be playing edge for sure. I'll be an edge rusher for sure.
Okay. So do you have a signature move? Like you're just going to be a bull rusher? You're going to have some finesse?
I can't get the juice. I can't give you the juice, man. It just, you know what I mean? Like everybody just gotta wait until it's time because I can't spill the juice. I can't spill all the juice right now. But my bag has definitely got deeper when it comes to moves coming off the ball to D-line now.
So it looks like a Stephanie Eldridge is saying.
That's my mama. Hey, mama, how you doing, mama?
She
I love
loves
you.
you. Yes, she
love
says
you.
she loves you too. Oh yes, big fan base out there in San Antonio. So
Let me give a shout out, special shout out to Miss Heather and Mr. JJ at Wetmore Beach House. They're actually my first sponsorship. You know, even though I met them once, they heard how I spoke and how I carried myself, and they're taking a chance on me. And that's real, and that shows a lot of love, in people in general, because they didn't have to do the things they're doing for me right now. It's come to sponsorship and business. So I just want to thank them and shout them out. I'm gonna come see y'all soon, though.
yes, I know that I was told that Heather and JJ Henson are,
yes,
are
sir.
like the official Dontre Eldridge sponsors.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
And they own the Wetmore Beach House.
Yes, sir. Correct.
So
yes,
where's
sir.
that at?
That's man. I'm not real good with directions down here, but all I know is when you get to the stoplight and you see a railroad track, make a right and you go down the road, and it's to the right. It's connected to a little strip center, and they got a subway on the end. So, but definitely gonna have to start working on more directions for me when I'm down here. I just know you get to the stoplight, make a right, go down for like 2 minutes, and make another right. And then you right there, you at the Wetmore Beach House.
And we have a Jacqueline Havren saying, "Let's go, Dante."
Hey, appreciate the love, appreciate you.
So I am with Dante Eldridge here at the Lion and Rose British Pub and Restaurant off of I-10 here in San Antonio. Dante, it's been a great interview so far. I really appreciate you coming out and talking with us.
Yes, sir.
So you just talked about the Western Beach House. Can you tell us a little bit more about what that is?
It's a sports bar. It has a nice little open scenery. The inside of it is pretty cool as well. They got darts. They have live music playing. They really got good. They got some good food. I remember I ordered some street tacos. It was pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. But man, it's a good vibe. A lot of cool people. Miss Heather and Mr. JJ, they're really nice people. They're good folks. They really care about their customers, and they want to see their business grow. And if I'm able to help do that in any way, that's why they sponsor me. That's what I want to do. I want to help their business grow. Because that place right there it's just the whole vibe. That's a whole vibe. Like once I get stuff taken care of on my personal side, I'm gonna start hanging out over there more, so I can watch games when I want. Listen to some live music, play some darts. I love darts, man. I love darts.
Right. So I understand that they are talking about having an official drink.
Yeah.
Named after you. What's that like?
Man.
Having a Dontre Eldridge drink.
Man, I ain't never had no type of drink, food named after me, but the way it sounds, it sounds kind of nice. I think they're gonna call it Dante's cocktail or something like that. So I'm really looking forward to that. So I have to try it and tell everybody what I think and how it tastes, so we can give more.
So looks like Heather says she gave us the address, 12329 Wetmore Road.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, Dante. And she said she can't wait to see you play, and you inspired them from the day that y'all met.
Yes, sir.
Right. And then Jacqueline said, Weston and Logan said, let's go. Can't wait to see your first game.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Right. So you said that you are on the east side. All right. So what's your favorite hangouts on the east side?
East Texas, man, just really, it's a rural area. It's a lot of cattle, a lot of land, a lot of trees, a lot of woods. So really, it's really what you just make of it for real when you're down there. Especially if you know a lot of people, and really down there on like East Texas, everybody know everybody. So if something going on, that other person gonna let you know, and it's gonna spread like a wildfire, and everybody gonna show up. I mean, but I like hanging out with my friends down there. We have a little beach, outside of town where I'm from. We'll go hang out there sometimes. But other than that, if we're not hanging out at the beach, we'll go to Huntsville or somewhere in New Caney, just like local big cities around that area. But yeah, man, just love seeing the sunset over there. Just the stars be big at night when it's clear. Yeah, man, it's the country living. I love it. Country living.
Yeah,
You gotta love it.
Yeah, so I do miss the country living. I'm from a little town in upper Minnesota. So,
Yeah. Oh, Minnesota.
Yeah.
Shout out to Randy Moss.
So, do you hang out here in San Antonio often?
Really, I ain't really had a chance to hang out down here, man. Just because, like I said, I had to come here earlier than I expected. I work at the YMCA, so I really just spend most of my time up there working. If I'm not working, I go up there and play basketball and get a workout in. But as far as hanging out, YMCA is my hangout spot. I meet a lot of people, meet a lot of kids. I get to play with the kids on the basketball court sometimes, man. Just like first day when I started working there, like I knew this is where I needed to be. It's very wholesome in there. A lot of people got a lot of stories, a lot of backgrounds, and it's, at the same time, it's sad because when they tell you their story, but you also feel for them at the same time, and that's what makes it so precious. Like, you meet someone for the first time, and then you start seeing them more often, then you start clicking, then connecting, then might start to do business on the side, just helping one another out. And that's what we preach at the YMCA, man. Just meet new people, be friendly. It's a friendly place. We might get a few knuckleheads here and there, but but it's it's all part of life. We all get those knuckleheads, and we always get those good people. And we want to just show the community that we ain't got nothing but love for them. And this is the YMCA is a safe house. It's a safe place to just vibe, connect with new people, and just get better on your game. In general. Ain't gonna lie, I might have to play pickleball here, because there'll be a lot of people at the YMCA playing pickleball, and I'm like, man, how you play pickleball? I know it's like ping pong or tennis, but I know it's certain rules to this, and also racquetball. There's a lot of people that play racquetball as well, man.
Yes.
But just hanging out, man. I love hanging out the YMCA, man. It's nothing but good energy, man. Good energy there, man.
That's good. That's good. So we're going to be seeing you here in a few short weeks on the field. We got to wait 1 week because your first game was on the road in Ohio, and the next game is June 6th, if I'm not mistaken. It's
Play Dallas.
Yes, or I guess it's Texas now.
Or Texas, yeah.
Renamed themselves because they basically moved to Austin. So
that's still in Texas.
So I hope you're prepared to play outdoor football in South Texas in the summer.
Yeah, I love it, man. This is the best part of the game, man. Just playing in the weather instead of playing in the air conditioning. I ain't knocking the air conditioning, but because I got it 50 in my room. But just being outside, man, I feel like when you're outside, you can, you can make anything happen. A lot of room and a lot of space for opportunity. And I'm not saying like you don't got enough space in the arena to make opportunity. You can make opportunity on whatever you step on. It's just, me being me and knowing who I am as a player, let alone a person. Like I belong outside. Being outside is where I'm supposed to be. Is, the best fit for me. So yeah, I'm definitely miss being outside playing underneath the sun. Man.
All right. Okay, Dante, thank you very much for taking time out to talk to me tonight. Is there a way that people can get connected with you?
My Instagram, Facebook. I ain't giving out my number, but definitely mostly Instagram. I'll sometimes be on Facebook. I'm only on Facebook because my mama she love to shout out her boys, so that's why I really got Facebook. But I'm mostly active on Instagram, and I got Facebook as well. I'm not really an X guy. I don't really be on X like that. But yeah, definitely Instagram and Facebook.
Excellent. So, close out, we have a Corkscrew Jotun who is saying, "Go get him, nephew." Jotun. Probably pronounced that incorrectly.
I would have to see it. I ain't gonna lie, but hey, I appreciate you. I love you, I love you.
All right. And that was Dante Eldridge. He is with the San Antonio Caballeros. So thank you again, Dante, for joining me.
Hey, I love y'all.
All right. Again, that was Dante Eldridge. I want to thank him for taking time out of his schedule to join me for this interview. We're going to go on a quick little break, and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Don't turn that dial. And we are back. Thank you very much for your patience, and thank you for watching this Caballeros Conexion live edition, the very first live edition of the show. I'm here at the Lion and Rose British Pub and Restaurant off of I-10 in San Antonio, Texas. I want to thank my guest, Coach Hal Mummy, for coming on. I know we had to go on live a little earlier because of his schedule, so I wanted to talk to him before he had to run. I also want to thank our player guests, Jeremy Hunt and Dante Eldridge, for coming on and talking about their journeys and their stories. I had a really great time. And thank you for the comments. I appreciate it. I think this might have been a pretty successful show, and hopefully we'll be able to do this again here very shortly. I think right now we are looking at possibly doing another show next week, maybe Thursday-ish, at another location. So the purpose of the Caballeros Conexion is to connect the team and the fans and the team with us and us with the team. So we want to be able to communicate with each other, and that's really the purpose of my show, is to really connect with each other. That's why I call it the Caballeros Conexion. So I've had a really good time here doing these interviews and this live stream. Hopefully it turned out good. It was my first time doing a live show at a remote location, so hopefully all the issues were worked out and it went all well. So thanks again very much for watching this Caballeros Conexion live edition. We'll probably see you next week, and if not, we'll keep connected with my show, with my channel, to keep up to date on the Caballeros and how we're doing. Coach Hamami, if you were not online when he came in because we started early, he did say he's going to have a couple of special announcements next week. So keep connected with the show to find out what's going on with that and the IFA as a whole. We know there's a lot of stories going out there with the IFA and the fate of it. But as of right now, the Caballeros are going to proceed forward life schedule. So let's go Caballeros. Well, I think that's it for this episode of the Caballeros Conexion. I think it's time for this caballo to be put into the crowd, at least until the next episode. Until then, San Antonio, Montemos, let's ride.